What's up, guys? It's Tashi, and I'm finally here with my weekly wrestling show. For now, I'm just going to call it WWS Weekly Wrestling Show because I don't have a name for it yet. It is currently Saturday. I will be uploading this on Saturday, or I will be trying to upload this on Saturday. I might upload it on Sunday, depending on how late it is. It's like 7 right now, so I might upload it on Saturday. But finally here with my weekly wrestling show review of Raw and SmackDown. Some of my subs don't watch NXT, so I'm contemplating whether or not, or if I want to do a review of NXT. So let me know in the comments if you would like me to do NXT as well. I don't mind doing all these shows. I've always wanted to do something like this where I can just sit down, talk about how I feel about wrestling events, and then let that be that. So Raw this week, I didn't really watch Raw at all. I was like playing 2K. I was at the park with some of my friends, and then I just randomly went on to Raw. It was cool. I think I turned it on like right before the main event with Seth, Finn, and Miz, and boy, that in my opinion that was one of the best triple threat matches I've seen in a long time. The Shield triple threat at Battleground wasn't. It was all right. It was nothing serious. They could have done better. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have another match of three of them. Hopefully at a bigger stage like maybe WrestleMania, the Rumble, or even SummerSlam. Anywhere other than Battleground, I would think. But anyway, off topic. Raw, in my opinion, I didn't really watch it that much. And in this series of my weekly wrestling show, I might not cover everything. I might forget some things. I might say something wrong because I might not watch it or don't remember. So forgive me for that. And like, I really do want to cover the things that matter. So if I only cover like one match from the show, forgive me. But since this is the first ever show, I'm going to go over everything. Um, yeah. So let's jump straight into this. The first thing that happened on Raw, when Raw opened up, Alexa Bliss's Raw Women's Championship coronation. She was just basically saying she's the goddess of WWE. She deserves this. She deserves that. She was thanking people. She thanked Mickey James and stuff. She thanked Bayley. She was talking about how Bayley's nephews in the crowd were crying because Bayley was in her hometown when she lost the title at Payback. And then Bayley got mad, threw off the thing, and then later on in the show they had an 8-women's tag match. I don't remember who won that one. Next match, Enzo versus Luke Gallows for some random reason because I don't know why Enzo and Cass and the club are feuding, but that's that. Don't know who won that match. I honestly don't care, but I know it sounds like I'm being a douchebag and saying like I don't care about this, I don't care about that, but I didn't watch it, so I don't know, and I'm not really interested in anything Enzo and Cass and the club are doing. Um, yes, obviously, like I said, later on the women had that 8-woman tag match. I don't even remember who won that one. Like I said, I did not watch Raw for like the first 2 hours. I just turned it on right before the main event. But I do have some other stuff, like I didn't watch everything. Like right now, I'm looking at my phone and I'm scrolling up WWE's YouTube channel, and I'm like looking at the stuff that's happening. The cruiserweights had a match. I know it's like I'm horrible at doing this right away. Like I'm not covering things right away. But trust me, I will have like actual notes I'm reading from the next time I do this, hopefully. So yeah, look forward to that. Um, and I actually don't think the Raw Women's thing opened up Raw. I don't know. It could have been either one. But basically, Seth, after he gets done with the match with Joe the next night on Raw, he's talking about how he actually I don't remember what he said. I was actually watching some of his promo, but I don't remember what he said. But basically, Finn and Miz came out talking about they wanted to face the Universal Champion and all this and all that because on the previous night on Payback, Finn was talking about he wants his Universal Championship back, and then Miz was talking about you're crazy because the Universal Champion is obviously Brock Lesnar. So how are you gonna get it back? So and then they were all saying they want a shot at the Universal Champion, and then Ambrose came out, and then somehow the Miz, Finn, and Seth got set up in a triple threat number one contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship. Like I said, one of the best triple threat matches I've seen in so long, but we're going to get to that match later. There are other matches that I have to address. Heath Slater faced Apollo Creed. I was about to say Creed. Apollo Crews, building up Apollo Crews. He's still dealing with this whole Titus O'Neil, Titus brand thing. Sabin Cesaro came out and explained why they attacked the Hardys, talking about how the Hardys came back. It's cool, nostalgic, awesome, childhood memories and stuff. But Sheamus and Cesaro, they said they don't set the bar because they are the bar. That's their new catchphrase. So yeah, heel tag team Sheamus and Cesaro. There really aren't much that many tag teams on Raw I'm very interested in. The only ones I'm interested in are the Hardys, Cesaro, and Sheamus. And I would like to be interested in the club, but they're not doing anything. They're just feuding with Enzo and Cass and just having these repetitive back to back to back matches every other week that I'm just not interested in. So hopefully, eventually, Finn's lined up with him so they can form the Balor Club and they can go on their run. And hopefully the Shield can reform and they can feud with them. But I'm going too much into into the future, what could possibly happen. Bray introduced himself to Kurt Angle on Raw since he just got done with the feud with Randy at Payback. He is now officially a Raw roster member. Austin Aries faced TJ Perkins again. Like I said, I don't know who won that match. I apologize. I did not watch Raw. I don't know how many times I have to say that. And finally, Seth Rollins versus The Miz versus Finn Balor. One of the best. I'm just not gonna stop saying that. One of the best triple threat matches on Raw, just in general, that I've seen in like a long time. I don't think I've ever seen a really good triple threat match like this. I'm sorry I keep talking about it, but it was just really good. Seeing how The Miz has improved and Finn just now returning, and then Seth getting his singles run back on, because a couple months ago he got injured, but everything is all good now. This match was perfect because towards the end of the match, I think Finn hit a coup de grace on The Miz. Or, no. He was going for a coup de grace, but Bray ended up coming out, throwing him off the top rope, hitting him with his sister Abigail. So that ties in with that feud, Bray and Finn, because remember when Finn came back on the week of the Superstar Shakeup on that Raw, I think he beat Kurt Hawkins. And then Bray was talking about how he's not going to be on Raw because it was a Superstar Shakeup, and then he was talking about like Finn, watch out and stuff like that. So Bray and Finn are now going to be feuding. I do not know what the next Raw pay-per-view is. Hopefully Raw and SmackDown are going to be on Money in the Bank, because I'm hearing some things about Money in the Bank being a SmackDown brand pay-per-view. I don't understand why that would be. I'm pretty sure it's not. Those are just rumors. But yeah, hopefully they can feud at Money in the Bank if that is the next cross-brand pay-per-view. And Joe came out and attacked Seth Rollins, so that ties back in with that feud. And the thing is, at Payback, their match wasn't all that. It was kind of lazy. The finish was Samoa Joe putting him in the sleeper hold, and then Seth is reversing it into a roll-up, and then he won. So sneaky little victory for Seth Rollins, really proves nothing. So he's going to have to be back in this feud with Joe. I'm pretty sure the next time they face, hopefully Joe can win, and then they can have a final match just to get it over with, and hopefully they meet again. Sorry, I might sound a little sick. My voice changes a lot in videos, so yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, really good triple threat match. The feuds tie in Bray and Finn, Seth and Joe, and Miz did end up picking up the victory because obviously Bray hit his sister Abigail on Finn, which left him lying there for the Miz to crawl to the cover. 1, 2, 3. The crowd goes crazy. Huge pop. Huge heel pop for the Miz. I don't even think there was a heel pop. I don't know. They reacted. Yeah, Miz doing his job. Really good match. Feuds. Awesome storytelling. Yes. Now, if I were to rate Raw based on this one match, I'll give it an 8 out of 10, just because they did it right. The rivalries tied in, great wrestling. But the rest of the show, 5 out of 10. The women's thing, I guess that was cool. That was the really only other good thing that probably happened. The Golden Truth had asked for their chance. There's going to be like a tag team turmoil match to determine the number one contender for the Raw tag titles this upcoming Monday, so we can look forward to that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Raw. Finn and Miz and Seth, huge props to you. You put on one hell of a match. I loved it. So let's move on to SmackDown. Alright, so moving on to SmackDown. The difference between Raw and SmackDown is I actually watched SmackDown. So yeah, thank God for that. I won't forget anything. I won't mess up on anything. Hopefully not. So, opening of the show, Shane introduces the newest member to SmackDown Live, Chris Jericho, the new United States Champion, after he surprisingly won it back at Payback, which I did not expect at all. So he came out, he was talking about, this is the show of Jericho, smack it down, man. Pretty funny, nice stuff. And then AJ came out talking about this is the house that AJ Styles built, and he said he looks forward to facing Chris Jericho or Kevin Owens, it doesn't matter. stuff like that. And then Kevin Owens came out talking about like how like the stuff they're talking about does not matter at all. Tonight is about him getting his rematch because he said he did not deserve to lose last night because Chris Jericho had dirty tactics. He kicked his hand into the steps or whatever, hurt his hand. And then Kevin, like I just said, he said the stuff the stuff they're talking about does not matter. So Kevin was like, AJ, this is not about you. This is about me. So get the hell out of my ring. AJ got out of the ring and started attacking Kevin Owens. And they started brawling on the ramp. And then they had to break it up. And then the show went to commercial. Classic WWE. Next match, Sami Zayn versus Jinder Mahal. Pretty decent match, I guess. The Bollywood Boys getting involved, of course, helping out Jinder Mahal. Do not hinder Jinder. Leading up to his backlash match with Randy Orton for the world title. I guess they're building him up in the Bollywood Boys. I do not know if the Bollywood Boys, the Singh Brothers, whatever you want to call them, the Bollywood Boys or the Singh Brothers, I do not know if they'll be banned from ringside or not during the match. They probably will get banned. And it would be cool if they could be a tag team, but they are kind of cruiserweight, so they might eventually go to Raw just for no reason. So. And next we had Aiden English versus Todd Dillinger, and apparently Aiden English doing his singing gimmick again like he did in NXT, which was pretty decent, I guess. Just to give him something to do, not to job out every week like he did with the Vaudevillains. So Todd Dillinger obviously picking up the victory with a new finisher. It's kind of like he has him up on his shoulders and like it's kind of like an F5 and like throws him out onto his knee because he can't use the thing he does anymore, I guess, because like AJ does it sometimes. So. I guess they just wanted to give him a new finisher. So that was pretty cool. Then Aiden English throws like a hissy fit after the match, I guess because like apparently he's WWE's in quotes drama king, whatever, So if he loses, he might just have a huge hissy fit, cause a whole bunch of drama. I guess that's what they're doing. I have no idea. And then he went backstage. Renee Young was interviewing him, and he just put Renee Young on the list and Aiden English. So I thought that was pretty cool. They aired another vignette for Alana and her dancing gimmick. I'm not really looking forward to this because I've seen some clips on Twitter of her dancing kind of weird. Her finisher's kind of cool though. It's like a spine buster, like in a split, because like she has a dancing gimmick, so that's kind of cool. Charlotte and Naomi were supposed to team up to take on Natalya and Carmella, but they I forgot what their name is. The welcoming committee, Tamina, Carmella, and Natalya, James Ellsworth. They attacked Charlotte backstage, preventing her from coming out, but she eventually did come out, and she was getting some offense in until they just ganged up on them. And then Becky finally came out, and she was about to agree with them, but she just decided not to. She tricked them. She threw James Ellsworth into Tamina, and she started to help Naomi and Charlotte. So I guess it's just going to be a 3-on-3 feud for now in the upcoming weeks of SmackDown. Sin Cara and Dolph had a match because Dolph said Nakamura has done nothing to prove he belongs here. And he just had a match with Sin Cara 81. And finally, Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. Decent match. Kevin, kayfabe injuring Jericho, putting a chair on his neck, throwing him into the ring post, injuring him. And that was the end of SmackDown. So yeah, Jericho's gone. Kevin Owens champion again. And that's pretty much it for SmackDown. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. More will be coming soon, I promise you.